Emma, last week saw your 125th cap for Ireland. How did that feel?
Yeah, it was it was great afterwards because I didn't actually know it was my 125th cap at the time, and I found out on Twitter, and then of course, you guys told me. So yeah, it was brilliant. I can't believe I've made it to 125. Myself and Ciara Grant were the only ones, the Centurions of the team, and I think we were both kind of surprised that we'd made it that far. So 125 is brilliant, yeah. I feel old though.
Let me take you back to 1996. Famous for various things. TG Carr aired for the first time.
Oh, wonderful.
Mary Robinson was president. Mick McCarthy became Irish manager. Ain Fuckalella was number 1 by Richie Kavanagh.
Oh,
And Mick Cook gave a young goalkeeper called Emma Byrne his international debut.
yeah. It was that long ago?
It was that long ago.
Oh my God.
Against Belgium, and we lost 1-0. What can you tell us about that day?
We lost 1-0. Yeah, it was, I was so nervous. I was only a kid at that time, and Sue Hayden, who was the usual number 1, was an unbelievable goalkeeper, so I had big boots to fill, and I knew that. I felt the pressure of that, but yeah, obviously I have Mick to thank for giving me my debut and giving me my first cap, and it was difficult though because I wasn't really ready for Sue to retire. I was ready to go in, but not for her to retire, because she was such an inspiration to me and to all the other girls. But yeah, it's a game I'll never forget, obviously.
You mentioned Sue Hayden there. Another Sue who is famous to the current crop because she's the head coach, played her last international game that day. How did she compare as a player?
Yeah. Well, I would have trained with Sue for years before that, so I knew Sue very well, and all the senior girls, and she was our midfield maestro. Didn't really like a tackle, but she was a very neat player. Yeah, like passing player, and she held onto the ball, and she was a very good player. But I wouldn't have said the toughest of players.
Over the year, it's evolved communications in ways in which you're called up to the international scene. How did you find out about your call up that day?
We didn't even have mobile phones back then, so I don't think we even had a landline, to be honest. And we used to get letters through the post. So I remember being in school and coming home from lunch one day, and my ma was saying that I had a letter, and I knew it must have been from the FAI because I didn't get letters from anyone else. And it just said I had been called up for the senior squad, but we played under 16 before that, so I recognised the envelope, and the handwriting wasn't even typed. God, really wasn't. I am ancient, it's a long time ago. But I'll never forget, because I had to go back to school then after that, and I was delighted I couldn't concentrate on any of my classes.
So 125 caps later, you must have played with some brilliant players throughout the years. Who stands out for you as the best?
Best players, it's always hard because there's been great defenders, and me as a goalkeeper, I always appreciate the defenders a little bit more. But I suppose the best player I would have played with in all age groups and all levels would have to be Olivia O'Toole. She's a fantastic player, just complete player all round, goal scorer, quick, good in the air, and growing up, she would have been my idol, as well as Sue Hayden, and she's just a great player to have in the team, and I don't think we're ever going to see a player like that again.
There have been many famous games and famous wins throughout the years. Which performance stands out for you as the best one?
Well, I think we played really well against Germany away. They beat us, but we were very close to a draw, getting some kind of result out there. They didn't deserve to beat us, but we defended really well that game. And actually, Olivia should have scored. I think she got taken down. Should have been a penalty. But it's difficult because we haven't qualified for any major competitions. So I think it would have been one of them games that helped us qualify. But that's ongoing, and hopefully I'll have something to talk about next year.
It was only 3 years ago you made your 100th cap. That was a game away to Croatia. Was that a special moment looking back?
Yeah, it was a special moment. I mean, the 100th game's always a standout game for everyone. I think the game itself wasn't anything to look back on. It was a pretty poor performance by us. We only drew 1-1, I think it was, but we should be beating teams like that. So I don't look at the game. I don't look back in the game, but actual receiving my 100th cap was pretty amazing. And then, of course, we were away from home, so I had no family or friends there to celebrate, so we had to wait till the next home game, which was another memorable game.
When you look back across the last 20 years, participation numbers in Ireland have improved vastly. You've got the Women's National League set up now. We've players going across the water. You've Katie McCabe joining you at Arsenal. Mm-hmm. We've players at Man City, Chelsea, Sunderland, and of course in America. Yeah. How has the game improved in Ireland over the last 20 years?
Yeah, I mean, women's football is improving all around the world, so we have to try and keep up with it. And I just think participation levels, I mean, it's such a fast-growing sport, women's football in general. And I know the numbers have grown in Ireland and all around the world, and I think that's only going to benefit, just have a wider selection of players to choose from. And I think it's a great thing that our players are venturing across the water to play in England and America and Scandinavia and wherever else they're playing, because the standard is higher, and that's only going to help us at national level. And of course the National League in Ireland is obviously improving our home-based players, but I think women's football is growing and getting so much better, and it's difficult to keep up with, and that's something that we've been struggling with. But I do think with the numbers playing abroad, it's definitely going to help us.
With the current crop of players, there seems to be a special feeling around it. A lot of talented players coming through. We're off the back of a 5-0 win away to Montenegro, and looking ahead to Tuesday with a very big game away to Spain. Is qualification the aim now?
Yeah, definitely. It's been our aim from the very start, and the result against Finland was a bit of a knockback and a blow for us. We were expecting to beat them, and it was a pretty poor performance by us, but it doesn't hinder us in any way. We're still in with a great chance of qualifying, and Spain will be number one seeds. They're a really, really good team, but there's no reason why, if we perform well, we can't go out and beat them. They're not in their best form at the minute. We have a new manager, a lot of young players, same as ourselves. But I feel like there's a good feeling in our camp. The confidence is growing, especially after the win in Montenegro. And I think it's a good feeling. It's a good time for us to play Spain in Spain, because I think we play better away from home as well.